the President and Commander-in-Chief of the Defense Forces of our Republic, Honorable Muigai Kenyatta, the Speaker of the Senate, the Honorable Judges here present from the Supreme Court to all the other courts, the Honorable the Attorney General, the Cabinet Secretaries here present, the Senators, and I can see a few, and the Members of Parliament, the members of the Judicial Service Commission, the Director of the ESCC, and the Chair of the Salaries Commission, the Chief Registrar of the Judiciary, the ambassadors here, and High Commissioners and their representatives, the Law Society of Kenya representatives, development partners, honorable magistrates and heads of agencies of NCAJ, the clergy who are here, and we are grateful that you would come, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, good morning. Happy New Year. Your Excellency and the visitors here present, it is my great pleasure and honor to present to you the 8th State of the Judiciary and Administration of Justice report, which we normally refer to as SOJAR, for the year 2018-2019. This is, Your Excellency, a requirement, a legal requirement under Section 5 of the Judicial Service Act, along with Articles 10 and 159 of the Constitution, that we make a report every year. It's a report in a way that reports to the public what we are doing and the various issues that we have. The report also invites comments, compliments, and critiques from members of the public and the other arms of government, as well as stakeholders, and in short, to requests for an open-minded engagement so that we can know the concerns of the people we serve. So, Your Excellency, this is a report for us to tell the country what we are doing and the challenges even that we are experiencing. I have, Your Excellency, a long speech here, naturally outlining the report, but I want to speak to a few things because, Your Excellency, you indicated to me that you have other urgent engagements to deal with so that we don't keep you here for a long time. First and foremost, Your Excellency, I want to thank you most sincerely to have found the time to come to this function. I know you were out of the country and you only came yesterday and had an entry, but that you found the time to come, we don't take it for granted. We want to thank you most sincerely for coming. And as the Chief Registrar said, this is the 3rd time running that you have come to our functions, and we want to thank you most sincerely for coming. Your Excellency, as I said, I want to speak to a few things. When I had a press conference last December, I raised a few issues that some of which have been misunderstood. I saw even from the social media some are saying the judiciary and the executive and the other arms of government are at loggerheads. That's not correct. As you know, Your Excellency, that's not correct. I have a role to play. Your Excellency has a huge mandate to play. In the course of this discharging our mandate, a few things arise. And there can be a few disagreements here and there. I am one person, Your Excellency, who respects authority. I respect authority. I would be the last person to stand and appear like nakusomea. I would be the last person to stand and even try to talk to the Deputy President or the Right Honorable Prime Minister. Why do I say so, Your Excellency? Mimi si rika yako. Mimi si rika yao wengine. You play from a different league. You play from a senior league. Mine is on a lower level. My league is with the Honorable Speaker of the National Assembly and the Honorable Speaker of the Senate. That's where I belong. That's where I belong. And from there, the other officials of government are below us. That's how I understand the what? The pecking order. So with that, we have to have mutual respect for each other, recognizing each other's position. As I said, I cannot even attempt to try and stand up to ridicule the President. The President is not only the chief of the executive, he is our head of state. He is the commander-in-chief of our armed forces. He is the unifying factor in this country. That has to be recognized, and I recognize that, Your Excellency. As I said, with the other officers of state, each should know where he is, and so that we have mutual respect and work with each other. I'm not going to back orders as the chief registrar because she's junior to me. I must respect her position and give her respect that she requires, and then we proceed on. So that, Your Excellency, you understand where I was coming from. Your Excellency, I run an institution which is like a hospital. I wish you would disguise, but you know you can't disguise yourself. If you were and you go to Kibera, you go to Makadara and other courts, you will see pain in the faces of some people. Some of them extremely poor. So that when somebody comes and he has been given his day in court and his case is not heard, it creates a lot of pain. So, Your Excellency, in our plan, we have judges and magistrates who have been given responsibilities and the cases they are discharging. We are trying to do our very, very best. We are trying to do our very, very best. And when those cases are disrupted, especially abruptly, it creates pain not only to the litigants, but even to our own judges and magistrates, because they have no explanation to give to the accused persons, to the litigants who come before them. So, Your Excellency, in last December, November, we have abrupt budget cuts, which brought some of the functions of the judiciary to a grind, ground them to a halt. We discussed in the judiciary leadership, and I tried to reach the relevant officials. I make calls, Your Excellency, and the calls are not responded to. You see where I'm coming from. We are stuck. We can't, there's nobody here. We have not been told why this. We have not even been requested to say, please, okay, if you must do cuts, because we understand, we live in this country. If you must do some cuts, don't touch this. This is extremely crucial. Then we have those kind of challenges. I am, as I said, Your Excellency, I'm one person who respects authority. I respect even those who are junior to me. I expect mutual respect to come so that we can continue working. Your Excellency, our major problem, as the Chief Registrar said, are finances. We have huge backlogs. I gave a promise to the country that we were going to clear backlogs which are, in cases which are more than 5 years old. With the funding that we had, Your Excellency, in about a year, we clear from a backlog of 170,000 cases. We brought them down to only 38,000. Then we had plans to continue tackling those cases of 5 years and above as we deal with the current ones. Then the budget cuts comes and we are ground to a halt. The second thing, Your Excellency, is that during this year that we are reporting, we had a backlog, and the backlog here I'm referring to cases which are more than 1 year, of 341,156, compared with the previous year when they were 372. We reduced them by 9% and brought them down, and we did quite well. Then as we stand now, during this period, we resolved a total of 469,356. All the courts put together, we cleared those cases in 1 year. In compliance with Article 159 of the Constitution, which requires us to engage or promote alternative dispute mechanisms, Your Excellency, we have employed what we call court-annexed mediation. These are cases where we take, especially the succession cases and the commercial cases, and bring the parties together. Tell them, look, talk. Your brothers, talk. And because as a result of that, we have referred about 3,000 cases to mediation, and about 1,900 of those are already been processed. I'm happy to report, Your Excellency, that during the year in review, we were able to resolve cases through court-annexed mediation and release to the economy 7.2 billion shillings, which was held in litigation. We have, Your Excellency, also the Small Claims Court. There's an Act of Parliament which has established that, the Small Claims Court. This is a court which is supposed to handle cases of less than 200,000. The small investors, 200,000 shillings, and we want to deal with them in a very informal way. We engage adjudicators and we give them, when this case comes before you, you must dispose of it within a week also, so that these people can go on with their business. We have a few challenges with that because of funding, so that we can have those people deal with that. We have also referred cases to arbitration. I am happy to report, Your Excellency, that the Nairobi Center for International Arbitration is assisting us, and we have developed an alternative dispute resolution mechanism that is assisting us, and we have quite a number of cases that are being resolved through mediation. Come to our courts, Your Excellency, we are faced with serious shortages. In fact, I could say, other than the Supreme Court, the rest of the courts are operating at about 50% of the establishment. In the Court of Appeal, for example, Your Excellency, we have about half the judges we are supposed to have. As a result of that, the appeals which are pending before them have risen, as at the end of last year, to 6,782. These are the cases which are holding huge sums of money. The other court, Your Excellency, I want to talk about is the Land and Environment Court. Your Excellency, this is the land, this is almost the heartbeat of the Kenyans. You know how we value land. With the numbers we have a backlog of 17,833 as of last year. And now, this is the sad bit of it. The judges in Nairobi are not able to give a date for hearing of any case this year. They are actually giving dates next year. I'm told they have moved to March, April next year. That's the sad bit of it. And you are telling somebody to wait until that time. So Your Excellency, we are reporting the challenges that we have in finances and in manpower, so that we can see a way that we can be assisted to move forward. Your Excellency, it is the policy of the judiciary to leverage on technology. I must say that we are among, if not the only, we are among the very few government institutions which have not leveraged on technology. Our proceedings are still manual. The court files are all manual. Why? Because, you know, ICT, as you know, Your Excellency, is an expensive exercise. But it's something we have no choice. We have no choice. If you compare, Your Excellency, with the other institutions, KPLC sends us these days bills by SMS. These days, even me, I was using, when I am making my returns to income tax, I don't need to go anywhere. I sit in my house and I send my reports. I want to search with the registrar of motor vehicles. I sit in my house and I get the information I need. That is not the case with the judiciary. And you know, Your Excellency, the judiciary is where we have very serious challenges. We have situations where a case has been filed, hearing has been done, documents have been produced, very sensitive documents, and as soon as all those documents are produced, that file disappears completely. That's the sad bit of it, Your Excellency. We must report negative as it is on our part, but that's the reality. Why? Because somebody has, through corruption, gets that file completely lost. And then we have a huge problem. Allow me, Your Excellency, to give you one other incident where you will see how difficult it is. One case, a case has been heard, witnesses have come, some from overseas, and it has been concluded. The judgment has been made, huge sums of money, and then what remains now is execution, attachment, and other things. The file disappears completely. What would that require? It will require that you start all over again. But fortunately, Your Excellency, the judge who heard the matter had typed the judgment on his computer, and he had it. And you know, Your Excellency, in judgments, you relate, you say what the case is all about, the dispute, how it arose, and in a summary. In short, it captures everything that requires to be captured. With that judgment, I directed the court to open a skeleton file. We, of course, made copies, made sure that we have enough copies saved somewhere, and I directed execution to proceed. And they went ahead and executed. That man tried to, they tried to say the court file is here. He said, look, we have the judgment here. What else do we need? We need everything is here. And we moved. Supposing we didn't have that judgment, we would have been in a very, very difficult situation. What am I talking about, Your Excellency? I'm talking about the integrity of the court record. To maintain it, we need to leverage on technology, and we need you to help us. We are doing bits and pieces here, but it's not yet enough. And we have already made arrangements to use technology. We are working with the Ministry of Technology and the ICT authority, so that we can, and we have even agreed, Your Excellency, to, because court records are public documents, we want to use a JIRA program, so that these proceedings are done expeditiously, they are transcribed, and we move forward so that we can finalize. We will be very happy, Your Excellency, if you would intervene for us and get us to have ICT honest. As I just said, Your Excellency, to come now to the court construction. Your Excellency, I would like you to, if you can't, because you don't have time and you will not be able, but send somebody to Kitale Court. You will find some people are listening to their cases from the window. Because of the buildings we have, the facilities are so small, they are very old, they are archaic. Send somebody to Meru, and you see the congestion there. It is palpable, Your Excellency. So with those, we had plans. Here in the Supreme Court, we showed you last time. We are in a very, very old building. We had plans to build the Court of Appeal at Milman, where we have a piece of land, and everything was put in place. We would like you to intervene for us with the Judiciary, so that we start that building in the next financial year, and move quite a number of staff. If we move all the judges of the Court of Appeal to their building and other staff, we will have a breather here. The Supreme Court is another place. Your Excellency, we go to other countries. We have what they call the government square. Countries are proud of their institutions. You go there, you are shown this is Parliament, this is the President or the Prime Minister's office, and this is the Supreme Court. I wonder if we can proudly come around and say this is our Supreme Court. Your Excellency, please intervene for us. Let us also have a modern building to house the Supreme Court and look like other countries so that we can go. The dire need is in those places. Eldoret is in a dire situation. Meru is in a dire situation. Kisii is in a dire situation. Please assist us so that we can get some money and build. We have, as the Chief Registrar said, we have used the amount we got from World Bank through your assistance, and we have done quite a number of projects that are about to be completed. We are finalizing. So, Your Excellency, with that, we would like to make that appeal. Let me also say one other thing. Your Excellency, because of the nature of our work, we make orders against you all the time. We make others in your favor. We do this. And that naturally creates friction in some way or another. When it involves your junior officers, it's like we get problems. We can't even access IFMIS. So we have no funds. As a result of that, Your Excellency, the Constitution, the framers of the Constitution said, let the judiciary budget As soon as it is passed by Parliament, be deposited in the Judiciary Fund. We have developed regulations for that fund. We have even opened an account, CRJ, you have completed. We are opening an account in Central Bank for the Judiciary Fund. And we are going to have modalities of payment of the Judiciary Fund into that account. Your Excellency, as I said, we live in this country. We know the economic challenges. If we were to sit down with the Treasury and they say, look, rather than take all the money, including pay for December in January and put it in your account, let us remain with it here and we give you this in piecemeal. We have no problem with that. But other sums of money, like for operational expenses and development, let us have that and we move on. We are ready to cooperate and we will have no problem. But if you understand where we are coming from, you will assist us and we will move forward and go on. I'm coming to an end. The other thing I want to speak about, Your Excellency, is about the corruption cases. I know that touches your heart. You have spoken about it, and you have even criticized us about the way we go. I want to concede, and I have done that before, that there are times we have not been as quick as we are required to do. But we have challenges which some people, even, and I want the members of the public to understand this. Right now, my people are hearing some of the corruption cases that have come to Milmani. In fact, 10 of them, 10 magistrates are not doing anything else except hearing those cases. The problem we have here, Your Excellency, is this. You have a file with 10, 15, 20 accused persons. Some of those come with 2 lawyers. These are rich people. One witness, there is one case, I was sitting with the magistrates last week. One witness in one case has taken 30 days. 30 days, and I said, what the hell are you? He says, CJ, please listen. The amount of documentation that is being produced, being referred to, there is no way you can move faster. We are making very good progress. I'm convinced, as I told you, I have sat with those magistrates. The cases are being dealt with, and they are moving steadily. Most of them are at the tail end. They are going to be concluded. I don't want to tell you when because they didn't tell me. They are going to be concluded, and we will be able to deal with that. Recently, you spoke about the Akasha case. I agree with you, Your Excellency. That is a shame to our country. That's a shame to our country. And as I have said before, it is one matter that embarrasses every one of us. But I'm sure you have reports and you know how that is done. It is not only the judiciary, it involves literally all of the stakeholders in the justice system. In short, Your Excellency, we are not asking for too much money. We are not asking for too much money. Let us be considered as an arm of government. The amount we are asking, for example, Your Excellency, we can't get even to a quarter of the Ministry of Health. And we understand, because we are the ones being treated in those hospitals. We can't get even to a quarter of what goes to the Ministry of Education. We understand because it is our children who are in those schools. All we are asking from the budget, like it has happened in other countries, give us a percentage of 2.5%. Start with even 1.5%, and we will be able to run our affairs smoothly. We will be able to move judges from one station to another when there's a backlog in one station, and we will be able to go ahead and deal with the cases. For this country to prosper, Your Excellency, we have made benchmark visits to countries like Singapore. Singapore hears cases in less than 2 years. ours, and you know, we are a very litigious society. We file cases literally on every dispute that we have. Like people from, I don't want to mention communities because I might be lynched. They say tukutana kotini. What that has, Your Excellency, is that we are having more than 400,000 cases being filed every year. With the resources, with the human resources we have, we are able, and I can assure you, Your Excellency, these judges here and the magistrates, some of them are extremely stressed. They work round the clock. But, Your Excellency, there is so much you can do. You can do only as much. With that, we are only able to reduce. We have cases coming of about more than 400,000, but we are able only to dispose of about 350 and others, meaning the backlog will continue building, and we are not going to move. And as I said, Your Excellency, we are going to have very, very serious problems if we cannot get resources so that we move forward. Lastly, Your Excellency, I want to mention about our people in the diaspora. They have cases here. You know, it is a fact. They are the greatest foreign income exchange earner to this country. So that is a constituency we must address. We have put in place systems to have a virtual court. A virtual court is where we can hear the case from here, and a witness is in Washington. He testifies when he is in Washington. In fact, as a matter of fact, we have already spoken to the embassies. I spoke with our High Commissioner in London. He's ready to give us a room there. We have spoken with the High Commissioner in Washington. He's ready to give us a room there, so that we have those people go to those places and they will be happy to go there, and we have their cases heard from there, and we move on. In short, what I'm saying, Your Excellency, and I'm asking the Kenyans, and I'm asking the members of Parliament, that the judiciary is your institution. You want the cases to be heard and disposed of as quickly as possible. Give us funds. Give us funds. Build for us premises. With the funds, we will employ more judges and magistrates. Like now, I can tell you, the Judicial Service Commission has a request from the Chief Registrar to very quickly employ 100 magistrates, because the situations are dire in some stations, so that we can be able to do that. I want to assure you, Your Excellency, that the judges here and magistrates are very hard-working people, and all they need is facilitation and support. The other issues I discussed with you in confidence, the challenges, I don't want to go to them here. Please attend to that, and we will be set to go. Thank you very much for listening to me.